Welcome to Coffee with Viking. I am Mike. Cheers. In today's devotion, the harvest is God's responsibility. Luke 10:2. These were his instructions to them. The harvest is great, but the workers are few. So pray to the Lord, who is in charge of the harvest. Ask him to send more workers into his fields. Jesus assured his followers that the desire and needs for God is great. Jesus assured his followers that the desire and need for God is great in the world, but he also said that those willing to carry that message are few in number. In fact, Jesus told them to specifically pray for God's intervention in the harvest so that more people would respond to his message. Have you stepped out into ministry or gone about your day with the assurance that the harvest is abundant? Or have you been tempted to believe that there is no interest in God or in the message of Jesus? If the harvest doesn't appear abundant to you, it may be worthwhile to consider where that perception is coming from. Since Jesus states that the one need is for more workers. As you look to God's Spirit for guidance and empowerment, never lose sight of the reality that the harvest is God's and that the power is his as well. Look to him for your results and trust that he will direct you where you need to go and to say what needs to be said. Jesus, send more workers to gather the abundant harvest. Help me to do my part. And of course, today's devotion is about the harvesting of souls for Christ, bringing more souls to Christ, and how it is our responsibility when we come to Christ to become fishers or harvesters of the souls. And I know in some situations it is hard to talk God with people because they either don't lose interest, they get mad, or it could be a work-related thing where you're there to do a job, you got to do your job, clock out and leave. But when God puts a message in your heart, it shouldn't matter where you're at. If that message is truly from God, you will be protected. That message will be delivered, even if it's not received right away. And believe me, I know not everyone will receive the message right away. I was one of them who fought it too. But God will let you know when the time is right to deliver the message. It is just our job to help with the harvest by delivering God's message to who he sends us to. And to some of us, we get sent to bigger audiences, like ministers who stand behind the pulpit. And some of us only get sent to a few in our lifetime. And then some, with the internet taking over, deliver the message through email, I guess you can say, or I guess you could say Ymail, because YouTube. But all jokes aside, when God puts a message on your heart and sends you into a location, trust in Him. Because even if it turns out to be a big argument at first, God put you there for a reason. And people will fight the message. They will fight God and salvation. But if God sends you to that person, they will eventually open their eyes to God. But if you don't deliver that message, you could have been that person's last hope. And God, being the head honcho of the harvesters, He knows when the seed is good and when it's about to grow. So trust Him. And if He sends you that message, don't hesitate. Just trust that God knows what He's doing. Don't let fear take over. The Bible tells us to fear not 365 times. That's a fear not every day of the year. So trust in God. If He tells you to fear not for each day of the year, then trust that and don't fear. Just let God lead the way. Because He could be using you as someone's final chance. Because we don't know what the next moment holds in our lives. Stay blessed. Stay caffeinated. And together, let's work with God to help this harvest come into full bloom, because we know time is short. Much love.